to me, it felt frightening that we had to reach this moment in the Palestinian struggle. And I remember I didn't sleep for a number of days, and Noor was very worried about like just my health. And it was heavy. Like I still remember, like I was like, this couldn't happen.
Yossi Kuperwasser. Sir, it's good to have you with us today. Good evening, your time. First of all, do you support this decision by Benjamin Netanyahu?
Well, I think that's not a matter of supporting. The point is that we don't have any other option. We were trying for so many months to reach a deal with the Hamas that would allow the hostages to be released and the war to come to an end. But this went nowhere. Hamas left the negotiations, and we were left only with the option of full taking over of the territory from Hamas' hands, and hoping that once we do that, Hamas will come to their senses and resume the negotiations and will be ready to release the hostages.
Okay, so you might not have to do it. Is that what you're saying? You might not have to do it. Perhaps this is a negotiation tactic, a threat, and then Hamas will fold?
Not a negotiation tactic. I mean, if the negotiations are not going to be resumed, that the Hamas sticks to its stubborn position, we should probably have to go all the way and remove it from power by force. But we hope that they will decide to change their policy and show some readiness to release the hostages in a deal.
So if if Hamas, and I'm not sure that they will do this given that where we are, but if they were to decide, okay, let's have the negotiations back on, then you wouldn't go a full military occupation.
Yes, I think the Prime Minister was clear about it today.
Yeah.
He said at any given time, Hamas has the option of going back to negotiations, release the hostages, and we should stop the operation.
How much, I'm just curious here, how much of the Gaza Strip does Israel already control militarily? Because I would have thought it would be quite substantial.
Well, it's substantial when you look at it as percentage of the territory of the Gaza Strip. We control something like 70 to 75% of the territory. But we don't control any of the people that live in Gaza. They're all in the 25% that we don't control, and it's under Hamas control. So Hamas still controls almost all of the population. That allows it to use the incoming humanitarian aid to confiscate it and sell it in order to finance its activities. And one of the best things that can happen to the population of Gaza is that if we manage to finish and take over all the territory under our control, so that the population will be able to really get the aid that is trying to reach it. The problem is the tunnels. I mean, as you know, it's booby-trapped, it's everything. It's where the hostages are at the moment. You don't know how many fighters are in them. If you were to move towards full military control of the Gaza Strip, how many more months would that potentially add to the war? We're talking about something between 2 to 5 months. That's very difficult to know in advance exactly, but it's something between 2 to 5 months that it will take us to take over the territory, the entire territory, and start cleaning it from the remaining tunnels. It's going to take time. And there's no way to know for sure. And the UN has warned of catastrophic consequences. I mean, would there be a serious uptick in the loss of civilian life? Would hundreds of thousands of more Gazans be displaced? Just on the contrary, yes, some of them will be displaced and move away from harm's way, so that we should be able to take military operations. But once we finish the military operations, they will be able to come back and enjoy much better life. Okay. Because, as I said, the problem today is the distribution of the humanitarian aid that Hamas prevents. And once Hamas is out of power, then the aid is going to reach them. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just trying to squeeze as many questions in the short time frame that we've got. I mean, the final question I have, and I'm not sure that the Prime Minister elaborated on this point, but he mentioned that once control was reached, or once he was satisfied with things, then an Arab army would take control. Who would that be? What Arab army? No, I don't think he spoke about an Arab army. He said the Arabs will be able to take control, not necessarily with an army. Maybe with some police force, but not with an army. But who would control that? The responsibility for the security, as far as it concerns us, the possibility of terror re-emerging in Gaza, is something that the IDF will have to deal with for the foreseeable future. So, any idea what country would control that army, though, if it is an Arab army? It's not an army. It's a political activity and maybe some police force, not an army. And we are talking about the United Arab Emirates, the Bahrainis, and the Saudis maybe, and some other countries, moderate Arab countries, can participate in this effort. And we expect that Gazans themselves will be taking part in this effort to have the self-rule that would enable them to live next to Israel and not try to kill Israelis and massacre them as they did on the 7th of October. Okay. It's interesting. Yossi, really appreciate your time this morning, your evening, your time. Thank you so much. We'll chat again soon.